Welcome back, my friends, to my Media Museum. And here we are at part 2 of box 5, coming from London with the Rolling Stones, and I can't get no satisfaction. Yeah, that's a good one. And the B-side of that being the Under Assistant West Coast Promotion Man. So, we got another Stones coming up next here. And it's Honky Tonk Woman. Now I am kind of guessing a little bit at the A and B side here, but I do think Honky Tonk Woman was the A, with You Can't Always Get What You Want on the B side. Then we've got Elton John, one of his really great early songs, Crocodile Rock. And I read recently that he said he hates this song. He only sung it because of fans demanding it, and he doesn't like the song. And I loved it. I always thought it was a great, fun song. And the B-side of that being Elderberry Wine. But there's a lot of cases like that. Oh, and by the way, I got 2 exact copies of that one right next to each other in the box even. But yeah, there's a number of cases like that with Robert Plant not liking Stairway to Heaven. I think he did in the beginning, but you know, you sing it every night for years on end, and he was very vocal about, got 2 sleeves there in one. And what we're looking at here is not a K-Tel record at all, but Chuck Berry during School Day, and I thought that was School Days, but maybe it doesn't have the S on it, but I seem to remember it being School Days and not School Day. Ring, ring, ring goes the bell. Yeah, so have to look that one up. Let's see. And the B-side of that being Deep Feeling. But it's a nice Chess Records. That one's marked as an instrumental. Interesting. But that's an instrumental, and that's a vocal. Well, obviously that's a vocal. But then we've got another Chuck Berry here. But that's an interesting sleeve, a little bit different. RCA Gold Series. Don't think I've seen that recently. And Sweet Little 16. And yeah, somebody put their complete address label on there. I left the town because I've been a lot in Oklahoma. I remember that place. But I covered up the address because even though I seriously doubt, because I did buy this one up here in Colorado. Seriously doubt that the person still lives there, but who knows. Chuck Berry reeling and rocking just to protect the individual. I didn't want to show his name, his street address. I show a lot of names, but names, a lot of people share the same name. My name's not at all common. I used to, when I was traveling around the country trying to figure out where I wanted to live, first thing I'd do when I went to a new town was open up the phone book, back when we used to have phone books, and look to see how many people with my exact name were in the phone book. You'd be surprised. So here we got Henry Mancini doing the Peter Gunn theme. Na 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 na. Great song, great instrumental song. I like it. And B-side of that being Moon River, which is probably the old classic Moon River. But that one's kind of out of place. But since I really like it and think it's a great tune, I didn't bother. Ooh, oh, sorry about that, Pat. Miss Benatar just kind of took a spill there. And, ended up with the B-side showing up, but that's fine. Hell is for Children, a live version, taken from Live from Earth, so it's not really a B-side exclusive, but it's still an interesting live version. And then the A-side of that being Love is a Battlefield. It also says Live from Earth, so that was probably a 45 promoting Live from Earth, and Love is a Battlefield, I would assume, being the A-side there. Alright, now we got a really cool one. Cream. Little Eric Clapton and the boys doing Crossroads. It was a Robert Johnson song. It wasn't an original Cream song. You know, it was an old classic blues number. Been done by lots of people over the years. But I do believe that Cream's version was the best, in my personal opinion. B-side of that being Passing the Time. And up next, we've got Bob Seger, Get Out of Denver, Baby, Go! 1974, with the B-side of that being Long Song Comin'. Interesting. Not as familiar with that song, but I definitely do know Get Out of Denver off of the album 7. And next up, we've got Buddy Holly doing Peggy Sue. Now, I think I had a more recent print of this in one of the previous boxes, but this is an earlier one. Hard to say if it's original. It's got some of that stacker wear there. But the B-side of that is Every Day Things Are Getting Better. And either one of those could have been an A-side, but I believe Peggy Sue was the bigger hit. And I am kind of guessing at it. Sometimes you can go off these catalog numbers, figure out what the A or B side is. I really prefer it when they mark them, but that doesn't always happen. So sometimes it's a guess, especially if you didn't buy it originally when it came out. And not sure if we've had one of these in the previous boxes or not, but I do have a number of copies of Elvin Bishop doing Fooled Around and Fell in Love. That's a really, really great song from the 70s that I just absolutely loved. And B-side of that, Heard It in a Love Song by the Marshall Tucker Band. So that's a surprising 45 that's got a different band on each side. Now, I do know I have some Fooled Around and Fell in Love copies, and I'm pretty sure they didn't have Marshall Tucker on the B-side. So this is a bit of a unique 45 to get a hold of. And Heard It in a Love Song by Marshall Tucker is probably their biggest hit too, so that's pretty nifty. And then here's a sleeve. Does not match the disc in it, but it's pretty cool. I'm going to definitely show you the back of it because it's advertising the album side of ABC Dunhill Records. And we've got the Mamas and the Papas and the Grassroots and Steppenwolf Gold. You know, that was a good one. B.B. King, oh, good old B.B. Emmett Rhodes, I don't recognize. He got the sweet spot in the middle, and I don't even know him. Three Dog Nights, Golden Biscuits, James Gang Thirds. I have all those albums. 12 in a Row by Tommy Rose. I don't know Tommy Rowe. And Hamilton, Joe, Frank, and Reynolds. Don't really know them either. So out of this batch, I've got Mamas and Papas, Steppenwolf, Three Dog Night, B.B. King, James Gang. So I got a good chunk of them there. Whoop, almost forgot that I was going to show you the record, which it came with a minute work doing Down Under. Do you come from the land down under? And the B-side of that being Crazy. Yeah, Land Down Under was probably Minute Work's biggest hit. I'm pretty gosh darn sure. And here's another Dunhill sleeve, but it's not like the last one, obviously. It's considerably different. And here's one where somebody, felt the urge to write their name on it. That's pretty commonplace, actually. I guess kids, want to mark their stuff. But Foghat doing Slow Ride. And this is marked 345, so this is the 45 version of the song, not the album version, which is considerably longer. 1975, Bearsville, original 45. And the B-side of that was Save Your Loving for Me. So yeah, really cool 45 to have because, it's a different version. It's a 45 version, and it's a great song. So really cool. And here's another Casablanca sleeve. Always makes me think of Kiss. And Steppenwolf doing Rock Me. Yeah, not one of their, more better known songs, but definitely one of their good songs. And Jupiter Child. That could be the A side. Either one of these could be the A side. I'm not sure which is the A or the B. They didn't clearly mark it. Going off the numbers, one would guess that Rock Me is the A side, but like I said, you can't rely on that 100% either. I've definitely had some 45s that had lower catalog numbers on the B side, so that's not 100%. It just helps you make a guess sometimes. And now I'm pretty sure we've had a Hold On Tight by ELO on one of the previous boxes. But it's still a great song by a great band on Jet Records. And the B-side of that one being When Time Stood Still. So I loved ELO. Great band, did a lot of awesome stuff. Jeff Lynne is a really great songwriter. Very Beatles in his later years output, but I do like him very much. And here we've got Fleetwood Mac doing Over My Head, which we may have seen in a previous box. This is a really nice, pretty clean copy though. And the B-side of In Over My Head is I'm So Afraid, Lindsey Buckingham's song off of the album Fleetwood Mac, which is the one right before Rumors, which is when they, shot to the stratosphere in the fame. Took a lot of awards on that one that year. So here we've got, this is another one, I'm kind of guessing that the B-side, if you go by the numbers, this would be the B-side, Song for America, which I would assume would be the A. It's Two for the Show, so it is the live version. And the B-side of that, or A-side, whichever, but by the numbers, it's the A-side, Lonely Wind. But I think Song for America was a bigger song for them, so kind of hard for me to imagine Lonely Wind being the A-side there. But it could be. Hard to say. Here we've got another old Electra sleeve, and it does match up with the Doors, Riders on the Storm. Yeah, we had the Doors in last episode, I believe, and here we've got another one. So even though I flipped through this box and looked through them, I didn't organize them in any way, so we could have another Doors later on, who knows. But the B-side of this being Changeling. So I'm going to wrap this episode up real quick with a repeat that I've gotten just about every box. Joe Walsh, Life's Been Good. And this one's not in the greatest of shape. So we'll see you tomorrow for part 3. Have a great day.